Hey there everybody, welcome to Trial Azure Gaming. I am Balmung4, and today we have for you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Only Deck Building Challenge video. But today, everything changes. I promise you, episode 4 will change everything, and it does. And there's a little sneak peek of what we're opening up right back there, if you guys can see it. But we're not going to be opening the whole thing, but I'll explain that in a bit. So before we get into anything, guys, I hope you've been enjoying the content. I'm hoping these series will continue to grow, and I hope to continue to improve for you guys. So before we get into the brand new rules, I want to show you guys a little intro I threw together. I didn't want to overdo it, but hopefully the guys enjoy it. But here you go, guys. The new Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Only Deck Building Challenge intro. Viewers select which deck to build. Viewers choose which card or set to chase. As a returning duelist, what do? Working with what I pack, I scrape a deck together. I duel and I aim to finish building the viewer selected deck. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Only Deck Building Challenge. Hey there guys, I hope you enjoyed the intro. You know, just something I thought would fit pretty well, but here we are, the rules. What I promised you would change the series. Now, I hope you enjoy them. Here are the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Only Deck Building Challenge rules. Now, if for whatever reason, you want to be reminded of them, every episode will feature a shortened version where you could pause the video to look at all the rules. But let's get into the rules. Each edition focuses on building one deck. As you know, that's a pretty basic rule we carried over from the last one. Cards must be from sealed product only. Again, there's going to be a sealed only deck building challenge if there wasn't only sealed product. Another rule carried over is the gold deck list will be revealed episode 1. We already know this. It is Prank Kids. Now, top like comment every episode decides which card or set we open/chase in the next episode. Nothing new yet. Here we go. Ready? Each episode we are limited to open 5 packs per episode for free. How do we earn extra packs? Well, we earn extra packs and special slots/tins. Limit 1 Duel Devastator per edition. We already opened that. By winning duels. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, 1 pack per duel 1. And 1 special set/tin per matches 1. Each episode will feature 3 matches, a best 2 out of 3. And the final match of each episode will be a featured duel. Now, if I lose the featured match, the featured duelist selects 1 reasonable punishment I must face in the next episode. Alright guys, once the deck list goal is completed, the final episode will feature a local or tournament match, much like normal, allowing me to win possible advantage for the next edition. Only the last 3 matches I play count. So for instance, if I enter locals and I have to duel 6 times, only the last 3 will actually count. Now, kind of like last time, the top like comment on the final episode decides what deck/archetype I build in the next edition. Of course, you tell me what you want to see, and I will get a deck list. Any recommended changes to the series will be taken into consideration, hence all these new rules. It was consideration that I took in from you guys recommending changes that has transformed this series. Now, changes to the gold deck list can and will be made if a new ban list is released in the middle of edition. So for instance, let's say for whatever reason Prank Kids gets, place limited to 2 for some reason. Well, I unfortunately will have to change the deck list. Now, I must use any card that appears in the gold deck list. What does that mean? Well, when I'm building decks, like the one you'll see later, any cards that are in that final deck list, if I pack it, not only must I play it, it is not able to be removed from the deck. I can move cards from the main to the side and the side to the main, but any cards that I pack has to be feature in the deck, whether it's the main, extra, or side. So, guys, I'll let those rules stay up a minute, and they're closed. Okay, guys, we're back. What do you think? I decided to try to make it a little bit more challenging. Of course, right now we have a decent core because, well, the series was kind of different at the beginning. So we're in a decent place. But, alright guys, I'm excited because guess what? Over here is maximum gold. That's right, guys. But, because we had no duels episode, we are limited to only 5 packs. Which means one of the boxes and then only one pack from a second box. It's going to be painful leaving it there untouched until maximum gold gets selected for any of the other series. But guys, let's switch over because it is time to open some packs. Alright guys, we are back and here we go. Maximum gold. But remember, we are limited to only 5 packs. So what are we chasing out of this bad boy? Well, Nibiru was the chase card, the target card that was recommended. We're going after the Rock. But besides Drain the Rock Johnson, Ash. We still could use a second Ash, as well as Called by the Grave. So those are really the cards we're chasing. Plus, because we need to help build out a deck, other cards in the set could prove rather useful. So guys, here we go. We are going to crack this boy open. Boom. Or girl, or non-binary, or whatever Yu-Gi-Oh product actually is. I guess it depends. But oh well, maximum gold time. Let's open it up. Alright, so unwrapped. Smooth. Not really. Alright, so here we go. And here's the probably the most painful part of all this. We're going to take 2 of these out, and those other 3 get a move over there. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to open this one straight away. Okay, boom. The wrapping has come off, and it is time to reveal the horribleness that I have to do. Come on out. See, it doesn't want to come out because it knows what I'm about to do. Okay. 1 pack. That has to go back into the box. Well, now let's cut this baby open. Boom. And we get to take all the packs out of this one. And there we go. Throw that wrapping over there. Boom. And pop this bad boy open. And come on, packs. And these ones have kind of sunk in there. There we go. And this box, I will now put in the back of that maximum gold. So we have the 4 packs from that first maximum gold, and this 5th one from the other one. So let's crack into these. I'll save this one for last. We will open these 4. Now, can we hit any of the cards we're actually chasing? Well, time will tell. Drowning Mirror Forest, Famed Buffalo, Boar Sword Dragon. That is actually a huge pull. Speedroid, Take Tomborg, Silent Angler, Inferno Mirage, and Hidden Temple Necro Valley. So from this first pack, we'll set that there. But Boar Sword Dragon, huge pull. But not the Rock, not Called by the Grave, and not Ash. So we keep going. Number 87, Queen of the Night. Monster Reborn. That is a big card too. Share Ride, Monarchs Erupt, Kitchen Dragon Maid, Speedroid Red Eye Dice, and Prime Monarch. I still have not pulled a card Called by the Grave out of Maximum Gold. It's actually like one of the only cards I haven't pulled. Night Beam, Right Prince, Artifact Lancia, big card that we already have. Totally awesome. And the Dark Magician. Beautiful card. Look at that. Link Rebo and Mind Control. Man, this is actually a pretty tough situation, I think, because right now we have some options. There can only be one. Dragon Mirror, Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, Noble Knights of the Round Table, and the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardish and Super Parley. And then we have Caligo Claw Crow. We have not hit a single card we're looking for. This lone pack from that last box. Can it save us? Will it save us? At least a Called by the Grave? Eater of Millions. Darkload Contact. Elemental Hero Stratos. Oh, I already just saw it. Unexpected Die. Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries. Barrier Touch of the Abyss. And Darklord Aston. Well, guys. We hit some great cards. We just didn't hit anything we're looking for. But as you saw, we have plenty more packs in that box. Unfortunately, these are the 5 we are limited to. So, just want to let you know, unlike the other episode of the Yugioh Sealed Only Challenge Edition, this one will be built with my Twitch viewers. So guys, and if you want to help with future ones, follow me on Twitch. And you may be able to help me build a deck. But these polls were pretty amazing. So next, we are going to switch to Future Me to go over the deck profile. Hey there guys, so you can see here, this is the deck we are aiming to build. This is the final goal target for the Sealed Only Deck Building Challenge Series. First edition, Prank Kids. Now, this is what we are aiming for. This is what we have out of the card for that deck. Missing the Battle Butler, I think, is one of the biggest things I realize. So hopefully, Top Comment decides they want to chase more Prank Kid stuff and we can open up more Hidden Summoners. Because honestly, I tested the deck, which I will show you here in a second, and the lack of Prank Kids cards could be felt. Especially only having 1 Pranks, no Place, and no Battle Butler, and only 2 Meow Meow Mew. I felt it, guys. I felt it playtesting the deck. But, guys, let's switch over right now to show you the deck we built at twitch.tv/ballmung4. That's right, guys. We built it live with viewers. And so, I hope you guys let me know what you think. But let's switch over and look at that deck. Hey there, guys. So today we are looking at the Prank Kids deck that we have built for the duels starting this episode, guys. I told you things were going to change. We actually have a deck. We're going to have some duels. But first, I want to talk about our beautiful field center. I thought for Prank Kids, well, it would be great than a Pegasus field center. I feel like that's, just in case we actually do any duels, remote duels or in person, I felt like this would be a good field center. Now, onto the deck. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I've covered the rules. Any card I pack that is a part of the deck, the main deck, side or extra, that is a part of the final build that we are aiming for, has to be played in the deck no matter what. So you will see all the side and main cards first. So we have 2 Fancies, 2 Dropsies, the Lampsies, 2 Roxies, the Ash, Prankotops, Called by the Grave, Triple Pandemonium, 1 Pranks, Monster Reborn, Cosmic Cyclone, the 3 Imperm, the 3 Lancia, the 2 Gamma, the 1 Driver, 2 Psychic Grace Lacer, and the Harpy's Feather Duster. Those are all stuff we know belongs in the main deck, so they have to be played. I moved all the side deck cards to the main deck just because I figured they would all be good. Now, these are the cards that round out the main deck. We have 1 Eater of Millions, 1 Ghost Bell of the Haunted Mansion, 1 Denko Sekka, 1 Gamma Seal the Sea Turtle King, or Kaiju King, I don't know why I said that, Mind Control, Shared Ride, Super Poly, Heavy Storm Duster, 2 There Can Only Be One, Solemn Strike, and Red Reboot. That wraps up the main deck. Now, honestly, guys, I feel like that's pretty good. So let's go to the extra. We know Rocket Ride. We know Weather Washer. We know Ripborn Roaster. We know Bow Wow Bark. The 2 Prank Kids Dodo Doodle Doo. The 2 Prank Kids Meow Meow Mew. Nightmare Phoenix. Nightmare Unicorn. Totally Awesome. Those are the cards we know. Now for the final cards. Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Super Poly Target. And something that in playtesting actually saved my butt a few times, but also screwed me up. Borosaur Dragon. This will be pretty much, I think, one of our boss monsters until we get another boss monster. So Yugioh, the Skull Dread, and then Scarlight, Red Dragon, Archfiend. I mean, this is more just in case I have to synchro up to it, but All right, guys, that was the extra deck. Now for the side deck, I had options, but I decided to do something kind of fun. So we have one DD Crow, one Effect Veiler. I decided, you'll see later on the Rich there. I decided, because I'm building a Goat era deck, I thought I'd throw Sangan and Witch in just because, you know, for fun. True King, let's give him the Disaster, Randy's Fiend, Witch of the Black Forest, Silent Graveyard, Different Dimensional Ground, Dimensional Barrier, Drowning Mirror Force, Forbidden Apocrypha, Quaking Mirror Force, Royal Decree, Typhoon, and Wiretap. Now, guys, let me know what you think. This was built on stream. The main deck, I feel like, is pretty awesome. I feel like the side will allow me to side things out that maybe don't click right. And Sangan and Witch, I think, are options to just kind of have a card in hand, discard if, you know, I don't know. I saw them. There wasn't really monsters that I wanted to put in from another archetype. Didn't want to try to force in another archetype, and really kept it pretty kids. But let me know what you guys think. Next, guys, it is time to duel. That's right, guys. Coming up next are the duels. Hope you enjoy them. Alright, guys, so the very first duel here is with BenjiBoi, the winner. If you guys did not know, the winner of the Pot of Prosperity. So, and the Hunt to Giveaway. So I do plan to do another one. But yeah, guys, this duel was kinda strange. Just because, honestly, and here's the truth, it's a mirror match. And I've actually never played against Prank Kids. Not to mention, I was really still getting used to the deck. Funny enough, when I did this duel, it was literally before I was play testing the actual deck. So I didn't know all the ins and outs. So I make a ton of mistakes, guys. You'll see a ton of mistakes throughout this. But it's also because when I did do play testing before this, I play tested, you know, and you can see the chat here, but this is going to be sped up, guys. So the 4 duel will go by a lot quicker just because, one, we weren't chatting with mics, and that makes dueling on Dueling Book so much more difficult. So I think from now on, anytime I do Dueling Book, I will require talking to someone on the mic, because, I mean, honestly, guys, we typed so much. This duel, which should have been maybe a 15-minute one, turned into like 35-minute long. So this will be all sped up, guys. You know, BenjiBoi, I definitely want to duel you again, especially maybe with, once I understand the deck more, because I honestly, you see me going first and everything, but I honestly always end my thing kind of the generic way you build Prank Kids. You know, you want your Battle Butler. I don't have Battle Butler. I don't have these cards that complete the deck. So when I was playing, I was just making stupid mistakes. This is actually, I did this duel way before I did any of the play testing. I did a couple test hands with this deck, and I played against a couple of online bots, and I think this was really like the first duel I did against another person. Combined with the fact I've never done a match against Prank Kids with any deck. I've actually never played against Prank Kids prior to this. Not only did I not know that, but this is my first time really playing it, and I was like, oh, okay, wait, what do I end on besides Battle Butler? So, I mean, honestly, guys, you'll see a bunch of stuff happen. You know, a bunch of chat going on the side. But, I mean, it was one of those things where, yeah, I think Dueling Book, I won't use anymore unless I know I can chat with the person. Because it was so difficult. Like, I was kind of wanting to go off, and then I kept pausing. I was like, oh, wait, should I, you know, can I continue? Do I have to stay? Do I have to wait for the good, the okay? And it really turned into a mess of, I felt like I forgot what I wanted to do. You know, so you can see me constantly moving my mouse around, trying to figure out stuff, and it was a hassle. You know, so I mean, they play the mirror match, but they actually have all the pieces. And BenjiBoi is a pretty good Prank Kids player and knows the deck a lot better than I do. I haven't really played it, you know. So I kind of, you know, they have plays, they have everything they need. So they're definitely going to kick my butt. You know, I pretty much, I pretty much accept that I'm going to lose. Like, not to sound super defeatist, but I kind of knew that this was going to go really bad. And so in all honesty, guys, it's kind of like I'm okay with them taking game one. And honestly, I was like, okay, yeah. I was just like, you know what? They won. I'll admit defeat. They easily have it. And it's just one of those things where I didn't want to side. They took the time. They were first. Wait. Oh no, I go first. The second one. Whoops. Yeah, I'm rewatching this, guys, because I didn't record audio with it, and honestly, I know with Dueling Book, like I said, it doesn't bother me to take an L here. I actually say that in chat because it really doesn't. I didn't really play with this deck much. I kind of knew I was going to struggle, and I honestly was just like, oh man, I really didn't know what to do. So there actually comes a point later on in this, where it's kind of like, man, what was I going to say? That it's just, I could tell myself, not communicating and typing in chat really screwed me over. Because all the other duels, I either talked to the person or it was on a more automated dueling, apparatus. And because it was on a more automatic dueling apparatus, I actually am just like, literally, like, I have to wait to ask, is this one good? Is this one good? And it completely threw off my thinking, and I was like, wait, what am I doing here? Do I want to? And I really messed up. I can tell from now on, unless it's on an automated dueling system where people could stop and everything, I don't think I'm going to use Dueling Book unless the person has a mic. I know that's kind of repetitive, but yeah, this is the reason this match, I really wanted to fast forward it because it was super delayed, unlike the other duels. And so obviously, guys, hopefully the audio covers all this. But yeah, they just have a good Prank Kids deck, Benji did. And I hope Benji got the Pot of Prosperity by now. I mean, I know Benji lived a little bit different from where I live, so shipping can take a while. Shoot, difference. I actually ordered cards from California, and I didn't release them to release. Yeah, it was a pre-release for Lightning Overdrive. What was it? Yeah, it was Lightning Overdrive. I think it was from California or Arizona or someplace like that. And so it's really close to where I live up in Washington, like 2 states over, 3 states over, or down, whatever. But it's like, literally, I didn't get it for like weeks. I ordered 2 Lightning Overdrive boxes at the same time for the pre-order, right? I got one, literally, I think 2 days after it arrived. And I was waiting for the other one to do a box opening, and you guys just saw the video for that. And that's because, my God, it took forever. But honestly, I really hope, that I've covered the duel, because I'm watching it sped up and trying to keep up with it. But yeah, honestly, I mean, it was fun chatting with Benji, and hopefully next time we duel, we can chat using, voice comms and actually, duel. But yeah, as it gets to the end here, guys, it's something that, I kind of, I'm just messing around at this point, a dumb thing I wanted to try. And then I actually misplay. And I thought that when you control 2, you just send 1. I thought with there can only be one that you can, and I actually say I take the loss, but I'll just yeah, I mean I took the loss because if it was a misplay, I don't it was a game state and I lost, right? So I accept that. But and this is probably, I'm jumping ahead here, but I thought with there can only be one, you could summon 2 monsters of the same type, but then you would just destroy one. And so, and this is something I definitely needed to find out afterwards. So really what I did, and I mean, I know you guys are probably still watching Duel, and this is jumping ahead because I am trying to reach a certain timer mark, but I do want to cover this. Because I believe you, see, they told me, Benji told me that you can't summon, but from what I understand about the card, you can still summon, but then you'd have to get rid of one. So at that point, I never played with there can only be one, and I also don't use it in the deck. It's not in the build, so I never actually play tested with it. So in that first duel, I thought you could summon one and then just get rid of one. But Benji was telling me that's not the case. I actually think that I could, but I accepted the game state and I accepted the loss, guys. And, if Benji's wrong there and I could, oh well. I didn't know. I didn't have the ruling in front of me. That's my fault. I really should know every card I was playing with. So, guys, we're moving on to duel number 2. Begin. All right, guys. So with duel 2, right? One of my buddies wanted to duel, but he doesn't have any cards. And I was like, okay, dude, yeah, let's duel. And he goes, okay, cool, I'll make an account. So my buddy made an account. There he is, FriendlyDuelist. And so I asked, oh, what deck are you playing? He goes, oh, dude, I want to try out the new God Structure deck. And I was like, wait, what? So my buddy decided to play the God Structure deck. And I don't think has fully got back into Yugioh, because there was a couple misplays, and yeah, but I mean, honestly, guys, I had fun with this duel, mainly because there wasn't much else I could do here, because the hand was decent, but it was just like, it was one of those things where I think my opponent was still trying to figure out the deck. And so, I don't even know the hand they got, but yeah, because I recorded this just as we were dueling. And, like I said, just like the, just like when it comes down to the dueling book one, I decided, that because this is an automated one and we don't have to worry about checks and balances, not to record audio. Not to mention, I kind of want to save audio for this series for the featured duel, so that way it stands out more than the other two. But yeah, honestly, it was one of those things where when we were dueling, I didn't know he was going to use this deck, and I think he was really, I mean, I know the core of the God deck is to try to get to your God card, and that's the win condition, is using the God card. And I think he was just trying to dig for it and really trying to go in, be aggressive with it, be like, man, let's go, let's win this thing. And I think they misplayed a couple times, honestly. I mean, but my opening hand wasn't anything special. And honestly, I this sounds so weird with prank kids. It's like I noticed this a couple times where it was like Super Poly saved me so much. But like, you know, like I'm not gonna lie, Super Poly saved me a lot of times in general. But it's one of those things where I feel like it was a mix of me just messing around with you know, me kind of, I play tested with this deck more. I kind of understood the timing of it all and stuff. But, you know, the God deck, I actually hadn't messed around with it. So it was one of those things where I saw some things online of it, like some reviews and people playing with it and stuff. I honestly didn't, I didn't get one. I didn't open one. I haven't played with one. So I myself don't even know the combo lines other than you try to use a bunch of token generators to control the board to you know, what was I going to say? Yeah, like control the board and everything. And I feel like they were kind of still figuring out the deck, to be honest. So for the most part, I kind of, especially in the first match, I really felt like it was one of those things where, how do I say it? I felt like I was really at an advantage because I know what's in my deck, and it felt like they fully didn't know how to play yet. But, you know, that's okay. My buddy's returning. I'm just glad he helped me out because I really needed duels for this. But, yeah, I mean, we get to the point where it's like, you know, I really worried that maybe, how do I say this? That it wouldn't be fair. Because, you know, we get down to it, and I mean, you know, when it comes down to this first duel, Mud Dragon of the Swamp is literally carrying me. Like, let's be honest, literally carrying me. And I mean, when it gets down to the point of my hand and everything, it's just, what do I do other than, you know, try to match toe for toe and everything. I mean, it's just, the duel was definitely tough because I feel like they were so focused on summoning their God card at the beginning that I was able to stall out until, you know, I got my prank kid monsters and was able to really come from behind and just really win. And, you know, it was one of those things where, again, guys, I didn't know if they just didn't know how to play the deck or if they didn't know exactly. I mean, I made misplays too. Like I said, I play tested a bit more, but I still didn't have all the combos down. You know, fully yet. So it's one of those things where thankfully, you know, I was able to, you know, sneak by and secure game number 1, you know. But, you know, it was like game 2. It was, you know, much like game 1, I just feel like they didn't know how to play the deck. Or maybe they just wanted to get to their God cards so bad that they were just burning through any resource instead of maybe playing smart. And yeah, it was definitely a concern, because at one point I felt like maybe I kind of got gifted this as an easy 2-duel win, but as a match win too. And with the rules in place as they are, you know, winning 2 duels is 2 extra packs of hopefully hidden summoners, so I can try to round out at least the Prank Kids core. But not just that, round out the deck, so I really have one focal point instead of trying to splash in a bunch of stuff. But I mean, like, yeah, it was one of those things where it felt really weird dueling against him. It's great that he's back, and everyone has that point. I am too, just still learning Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, and it also helped if I literally kept misclicking. And it was the funniest thing. I kept going up and clicking too soon. Anyways, I misclicked a lot. But I'm still learning how to duel in the modern era. Because I was away from the game so long, it really was one of those things where I felt like this was a gift, but maybe too much of a gift, you know? Okay, guys. We lost the first duel. We thankfully won the second. Can we win our third? Today, our very first challenge competitors here. I'll let them introduce themselves, and if they want to reveal it now, the challenge I may have to deal with when I lose.
Hi there, I'm Nicholas, aka Demir Tundra on YouTube. I play a sealed only Blue Eyes deck because who wouldn't want to play the Charizard of Yu-Gi-Oh? And as for what I'm going to make him do if he loses, he's got to find a way to work the word apricot into his next video without anyone noticing.
Oh man, apricots aren't in season now either. That's actually going to be difficult. You can't really...
Exactly.
You can't bring it up. Like, I live up in Washington. So I could be like, oh yeah, the apricots look good this year, but they're not in season.
I mean, as long as they don't know that.
Yeah, that's that. Well, I just said it.
Oh. That's your own fault.
Yeah, I know. I shot myself in the foot. I'd do that. But yeah, let's get over that. Actually, is going to be difficult. But yeah, let's get started. Okay.
All right. Paper gang.
Yeah.
Scissors gang.
No, Paper gang. Paper gang, you failed me. How could you?
Ah, great. That's what I call a Class A brick and a half.
You should see my hand.
Well, I'm not even playing Blue Eyes right now, so you would think I wouldn't be bricking right now.
No. Just since it counts as a Charizard of Yu-Gi-Oh, just sell a first edition card. Wow, you just passed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You ready to see this top tier play?
Yep.
Okay.
Amazing. Oh, okay, there we go. That's all I needed.
All right, let's do this.
Ah.
Yeah. It's this hand is fun, if you can't tell.
Well, that kinda throws a hole in my plan because I'm playing Ritual Beast.
Do I
Actually,
want
no,
to?
doesn't.
Yeah, let's do it.
Not the word.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, this would have been brutal because... Oh, God.
Elder. Oh, at least I can hit one thing, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, let's see what I got. Oh, okay, finally. I can start doing stuff. Like that.
Oh, amazing.
You know what's the worst part about this, though? And it's going to be kind of a spoiler, but I don't have the boss monster. It literally cost me my first duel. Like, honestly, I know how to set up boards with Prank Kids, but because I don't have Battling Butler, I get to the point where I'm like, oh, I can do all this stuff and do all this.
You can't kill because
And
you don't have the battle button.
yeah, I sit here, I'm like, wait, when I go first, I freeze. I'm like, what? What, what am I supposed to do now? I don't know how to. Like, going first board for me is the worst because I don't know how to end it without having all the, like, negates on board. Or, all the plays on board.
Right, yeah. Once you get them, that'll be very different.
Yeah, God, what am I going to do here?
All I have is 1,400 chicken right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I want to do something clever. But, yeah, because I definitely want to get this out of my hand. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna just go in and hit.
All right.
Oh, this hand is all sorts of weird. But I mean, thankfully I finally got into some combo.
Yeah.
Just without the boss, you can't do much. Oh, it stings.
Let's see. I still can't do much, which is fantastic.
There can only be one is something that I don't actually play in the core deck. Because what's funny about this series is because I aim to build a specific deck, I use what I can until I get the cards, but I have to use the cards that are in the final deck list. So I have to use all the Prank Kid stuff, even if I don't have enough copies of everything.
Oh, interesting. All right.
So it kind of locks me into I have to work around it. No, boy, what do I want to do here?
Yeah, I know. When I was doing mine, I was kind of forced into only doing Blue Eye stuff because I went directly into the Legendary Duelist Season 2 stuff, and the only playable stuff out of that is Blue Eyes because I didn't have any of the other engines.
That makes sense, actually. Okay, what do I want to...
Also, let me just point out that I'm at 6,900.
Nice.
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 Oh, man, what am I going to do here, though? Let's, just in case your back row is something scary. Hopefully it's not, but... Oh.
It's an ambush.
It is ambush. Do I really want to do it with that? No. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Okay. And let's get rid of that. And it's your turn. Oh, yeah, pranks. Turn all the goodies. You know what's really funny? I literally have every duel. I get pranks so often, thankfully, but I only have one copy. And I have no palace, which also sucks. Or place.
I'm doing such a stupid play right now, but it might be really funny.
It is the best plays. Interesting.
I needed to get rid of my monster, got my ice spell, and get strike. All right.
Yeah. I have like one of every little thing, but nothing consistent. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like, oh, everything's there, but not.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's actually, I think this should be pretty dang close. No, I was up by 1,000. That's okay.
I know, the extra 1,000.
That's true. I actually, whatever, that'll work.
All right, heart of the cards. Not quite.
Well, you are using blue eyes. I mean, I think Heart of the Cards is reserved for Yugi.
True. I'm just a guy who likes decks that bricks and going out on my own terms.
I mean, it works.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not going to side. Honestly, my side deck is hysterical.
Oh, I bet.
It's because it's just one of everything, and because the only other stuff outside that I opened was the Toon Chaos. Besides the stuff for it to try to get all the prank kids. So I like literally have like Sangan and Witch of the Black Forest and
that's
just odd stuff in these.
That's beautiful. Being beautiful.
Gamma.
Of course he has it. That's fine.
And there we go.
Why that's fine? Because it was bait all along.
It was bait.
Now you get to sit through a Ritual Beast combo if you don't have any interaction.
How about an Ash?
Right.
Do you fear defeat?
Actually, all right.
Okay.
Okay. That.
Yeah, this hand is not like the other one.
Again. That one and that one. And because this is a new instance of Rampengu, banish that, send that, special summon.
I have a feeling that there can only be one saved me a lot more than I realized.
Go into that one. Set and Sigo.
Let's get banished and... Oh. Yeah, I think that'll do.
I'll activate that during your end phase, get back my altar and my Rampengu. What's nice is a lot of decks don't play with the banish zone as much.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna activate this bad boy.
Yeah.
Imperm, that's quite alright. Go into my Canahawk. Activate its effect.
Mm-hmm.
You and you. Activate its effect again. You and you.
This set card keeps wanting to be like, use me, and I'm just like, if I use you, things will not go out well.
Exactly. Then grab this one to hand. And go into.
They're so cute, but I have a bad feeling that it's gonna hurt.
Let's see, come in Falcos. Activate its effect. We're gonna send the. We will banish the Altia Pelio. Special summon the Zephyr Empilica from my hand. Zephyr Empilica effect. Actually, it's a normal summon, which is good. Bring out the Apelio. Called by, that's fine. Battle phase.
Yep. This is gonna sting if I don't draw something next turn.
Probably. All right, your go.
Oh,
Virtual beasts are kind of weird because it can either be very good or not good at all.
behold the most feared card in my deck. And there goes the feared card in my deck.
Oh, amazing. Summon my 1, activate my 1. Bring out my Pelio. And I think that is game on board if you don't have anything. Now, what can you make?
Nothing too special. I'm going to use its effect to change it into a divine. Behold its power. It's a god card. Can't kill it.
I might be able to.
Okay. You know, these Egyptian god cards are getting weaker since the original Yu-Gi-Oh!
Just a tad. They are not what they used to be.
Yeah, I mean, my Mud Dragon Swamp was divine, and it just still couldn't do anything.
Well, it was just an imposter. It wasn't a true divine beast.
I mean, look at its derpy face. It's clearly the superior. Oh. Okay, this is a almighty, fearful mirror force.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay, and it's coming. Behold my mirror force.
Amazing.
Yep. It's scary, man. This is intimidating. Actually, I'd be very, very concerned if a mirror force somehow snuck its way into my deck, saying I can't actually.
I mean, you've got imperms, and that's pretty good for
That's
what, episode 5 you said you're on?
5. But I mean, originally I had it I had it set up weird where I never opened Dual Devastator.
Ah.
And so I was like, I wanted to open one as a part of the. Let's just go first and see if it bites me. Well, but yeah, so that was all beforehand. So I was able to open Dual Devastator, but I wanted to limit myself to 1. So now that that's done, I think my biggest problem is not having all the prank kids. Like, I have all of them, but I have only one, like, Flamesies. I, only have 2 of all the rest. Meow Meow Mew's nice at, but I only have 2, so I feel like some of my combos are cut short.
Yeah, you kind of need all of them.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, and another thing is the pack I opened is decided on the top comment. So I don't even get to decide what I open.
So you're not always getting, what was this? Secret. This wasn't Secret Forces. This was
Hidden Summoners.
Hidden Summoners.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, ooh.
If that is anything.
Yeah, that happened. Well, let's just draw that there.
Upstart, let's see what you got me.
Thank you for the 1,000.
You're welcome.
Puts me at 10,000.
I think no one got me. No upstart got me. I can't see it. I see.
Just had a fear.
Yeah. Well,
don't know how deep you can go. I just thought I'd play it safe.
I mean, it does something for sure.
Harpies?
And let's just get rid of your link monster.
Yeah, let's let it go through. Okay. Thankfully, I still have Meow available. Oh. Yep, here we go. Okay, can we hit into something?
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully. Okay. You have 2 cards in hand. I'll draw. Interesting.
Probably shouldn't have got the Drolls in because you like the special summon from deck instead of add, but you know what? That's okay.
Do I want to do that? No. Okay. 1 card left. Gonna Heart of the Cards me.
I hope so. Yep, I can do that. I love drawing into my 1-ofs instead of my 3-ofs.
You know, it happens.
It really do be like that. I will say, I actually own this deck in paper at max rarity.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like $80.
Nice.
You say yikes, but having ultimate rare ulti Gaia Pelio.
Oh no, I said nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It could be the accent. It could also be my ankle. I have my mic. I kind of have it a way that it's like I kind of turn my head to speak into it. It's kind of weird.
Well, my hearing's also absolute garbage, so.
Let's blame on everything then.
Exactly. All right.
Equal blame. And let's bring back. Okay.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Question is how stupid do I want to be?
If it's good for content, be very stupid.
All right, let's do it. Come out.
Oh, amazing.
All right, show me the cards. Oh. That is
good or a bad-o?
That is interesting. And I will take it. Whatever. Doesn't matter what order. Okay. You know, I'm gonna just do it. Summon Ash.
Oh, very good.
And behold. What's this? Oh,
This is
cool.
my when.
Oh, wait. Oh, I misclicked. Well, I just screwed up.
Hey, it gives me another turn.
I was supposed to flip it up and I misclicked. Oh well. Yeah, it does give you another turn, and I just blew all my advantage.
It happens. Online simulators, am I right?
I know. but it's okay. It could be, what am I doing? Eek. Where are you? There we go. Put these guys back in. Okay.
Okay. Wow, and the hits keep on coming.
If it makes you feel any better, I can also tell you what's in my hand because it would have probably done the same thing.
Amazing.
Let's set that down. God, is there really nothing I can do here other than just attack?
And I shall bring out the 3200 Bungus.
That is big.
He's a large lad, bigger than Blue Eyes.
Okay. What in the world am I going to do about that thing? I don't have any idea, but I'll figure it out. Oh.
See, unfortunately, because of the method that I summoned him in, he's actually currently a vanilla.
Still a big, really big boy. I mean, look at that. Or girl. Or beast.
It's a thing.
It is a lot of
It
things.
is a psychic, technically.
Okay. Yeah, Lily can't do anything about it. That's
Right.
gonna be...
Multi-guy Pelio beatdowns.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, I hate this so much.
You got 3 turns left.
Oh. Well, hopefully drawing all these extra cards actually comes in handy at some point.
I do like drawing cards.
That might save me, I think. But that also might help you. Oh, God. Next turn's going to get very interesting. Yeah, I got to take it. Like how it's trying to like be like, oh yeah, I'm just because I'm not going to probably use it. It's like, do you want to activate Called by the Grave? Will you?
Oh yes, that'd be a great idea.
It's like, will you be quiet, Called by the Grave? I don't. You know, this is the only thing I can do, and it pains me too.
Psychic Eraser Laser.
It is literally the only thing I can do, and it hurts so bad.
Amazing.
Oh, you technically have the lead now. That sucks.
That's true. I went in time. Of course, you got the Gamma. Let's see here. Well, the nice thing is I don't actually have to do much.
No.
This is what Yu-Gi-Oh's Kazuki Takahashi intended.
Slow, aggressive. I mean, yeah. I'm just glad it's not getting removed just in case I have to use Gamma again. Oh. I hate this game so much. Okay, let's pranks into the last 3 ones I have to hope to draw into something I can play.
Hey, one card makes all the difference sometimes.
That is true. That is very true.
But it looks like this time it did not.
I just hit my knee on my desk. Is that foreshadowing pain?
Could be. Little dude beatdowns.
I'm actually getting beat down. I don't know how I feel about this.
And then, what do I make here? Yes,
Nothing.
go for an oldie but a goodie.
Oh. Oh.
No
I forgot
destruction
about
for
you.
you. Ooh, that sounds promising.
Let's get rid of stuff I don't need. That. That. Stuff I'm unlikely to use. How many is that? 3? Yeah. Whatever, let's just... Could have won earlier if I wasn't stupid, and now I'm paying the price. That and that.
It's okay. I made you do the content play.
Well, I kind of made that choice myself, but... Here, Stardust. Behold my Eater Millions.
Stardust.
My biggest, beefiest, scariest thing.
Alright. Let's see if I can clear up here. Let's see here. What's the best way to do this? I think this is the best way to do this. Activate that. There we go. And bring out Bungus number 2.
Interesting.
Exactly game if you don't have Mirror Force. Or, yeah, if you don't have Mirror Force. I lied. Didn't need Mirror Force. That is an interesting way to use Lancia right there.
Well, it's more along the lines of I'm hoping... to actually just get out of trouble. Okay, is there another droll in my future?
Unfortunately, no.
Yay, no droll. Okay. Okay. Let's just go with this. And hope I can do something.
God, if you didn't have that Tikaboo. Just didn't have Tikaboo. Yeah, I have one way out of this left. But it depends on drawing correctly.
Okay. Well, this is interesting.
Rocky Boy's going away.
Okay.
Alright.
Overcomplex, and I'm just trying to figure out how to survive.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out a way to win.
I think we are both in that boat.
Just leave 1/0 attack monster in attack position for me.
Okay, next turn I'll try to keep fancies.
Awesome. That's all I need.
Goodbye, Lampsies. You'll be missed.
Goodbye, Lamp Boy.
Wow, that's a card and a half. Okay.
What is a card and 3/4 though?
Okay. Okay.
Alright, get to float. And who will I grab? You attacked with the 2000 attack monster, correct?
That is correct.
Alright.
Okay.
Now, how do I get out of this alive?
I think you place your hand on top of the deck and say, I surrender. If I remember correctly, I think that's what it said in the rulebook.
Got it. Here, I got a rulebook right next to me. Let me flip through it.
What if it literally just said,
about that.
sabotage your opponent's computer? It's like, wait a minute. No, that's not the way it works.
Alright, anyways, we'll get that guy out. Get your effect. We shall banish. Multi-Canahawk, banishing a Canahawk, and set. Why'd you have to play hand traps? I couldn't do my cool 15-minute long combos. And
Because I'm going to be cool and do stupid stuff.
Heavy Storm Duster. Yeah, just hit your own Tiki before me. Perfect. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
They always have the second.
It's always there, waiting.
Watching. Always watching.
Okay. Let's see. How do I want to do this?
Be honest right now. If you just attack, you win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just have a 1600 guy, and that's it.
Oh, underneath I still had Solemn Strike, Infinite Imperm, and Pandemonium.
Amazing. This is what I get for not siding in Duster.
Yeah, I literally I have Psychic Eraser, Laser, and Cosmic Cyclone. I'm so afraid of Spell and Traps because, like, the one locals I've done since I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh, I played from day one all the way up to Exceeds were released.
Okay.
And then I stopped.
Ah.
And I just got back in a few months ago, in the sense that it was in the middle of COVID that I kind of felt like, man, I really want to get back into it. Not to mention Magic was just making all the wrong choices.
And it still is.
It still is. Oh my God. I mean, I remember buying boxes for like 70 something bucks. Now to buy a box, it's like 200 and something.
$300 Modern Horizons 2.
Yeah.
If you want those fetches, you're still going to have to pay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's stupid. And so I kind of dropped out when Magic started trying to do all the crossovers. And
I think that's funny.
I think it's cool, but I hate that they try to make everything so limited edition that it has value when it just becomes a fad.
That part I hate, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we're getting a Rick and Morty crossover, because I think that would be the funniest thing. Just the whole concept of, hey, here's a Rick, I don't know his last name because I don't watch the show.
Yeah.
Rick Planeswalker, and he turns himself into a pickle. Funniest card game I've ever seen.
You know what they could do? They could, you know how with these cards, they always take one card that was there before and replace the art and the text a little bit, but it's still the same text of an old card. Make Pickle Rick as a token and make him as Jace, the one that creates a dupe. The duplicate Jace.
Or just make Dark Depths and do something that makes a 2020 Pickle Rick token.
That's true.
Pickle Rick.
I just think it'd be funny because Jace is one of those ones that would probably be a pure logical being and coming face to face.
Jace would walk Rick and Morty.
Yeah, probably. He would. We would actually probably see another side of Jace, and he'd probably fanboy.
His IQ's so high that he can understand the show.
That is true. Honestly, that is probably very true. But yeah, no, I have to say, the reason I have so much spells and traps, and especially removal for stuff, is because like my first locals back, it was like a bunch of Winda. Like I came across a bunch of spell trap, hate heavy decks, and so it's like I'm overcompensating. Not to mention the old parts of me keep telling me watch out for spells and traps. They'll flip the game. And yeah, so no, honestly, thank you for dueling me. It saved me, and thankfully I do not have to figure out how to put apricot into. Because I honestly probably would have forgot. I would have gone through the whole video and probably didn't, and there probably would have been a very, very double punishment that would have happened.
Probably. Well, there's always next time.
That is very true. But thank you for dueling me. We'll wrap it up. Links will be in the description below, guys. And let's switch over and chat a little differently.
Yeah, have a good night.
Hey there, guys. Anyone who's still stuck around, I know the video turned really long, an hour plus, but I really think this is a format minus the rules that we are going to follow. You know, the rules will be just a quick part, so just like our other series, we're going to start with the intro, recap a little, do the video specific intro, which is the deck building challenge intro that you guys saw earlier. Then we'll go straight into the pack opening, the deck showcase. Then we get to the duels, and of course, I think the first two duels will be sped up, so it won't take as long for you guys, but then the third duel, because it will be a feature duel, will include talking and chatting back and forth and everything, so the interaction there will be longer, and so that probably will determine the video's length. This one will be longer probably than any of the others in the future because we had to explain the rules. And hopefully I can make it a little bit quick, guys. But if you stuck around, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you haven't already, subbed. Maybe share it. Spread the word, guys. All links for everyone who dueled is down below. Honestly, guys, it's something that Demir Chandra, I thank you so much. Without you, you were a lifesaver. Link down in the description below for Benji. My friend, the Friendly Duelist. He does not have any type of channel or any links he wanted to share. But if you guys ever see him around on Dueling Book or on, any of the other dueling things I'm going to get him into, it should be under Friendly Duelist. So say hi. I don't know. I know he doesn't have a YouTube or anything, so nothing to follow there. But if you see him, say hi for me. Besides that, Demir Tundra, honestly, thank you so much. I was looking for a long time. This video was so delayed looking for a person for the feature duel. And thankfully you came and rescued me, and I definitely hope I get a duel with you more. It was really fun, and you're an amazing person, and I thank you so much, guys. And check everyone who has links down below, and look forward, guys, because the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Only Challenge Edition, most of it's filmed. I'm missing 2 duels, I think, which I'm going to be working on after this video gets uploaded. So guys, till next time, bye-bye.